Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. The biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at Film My Run, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Welcome along to the Portal Run. Sarah Jacobson did notice that we were a bit late starting the live stream. Happy 4th of July, happy birthday America. It's great to have two of you with us to celebrate your wonderful release from the clutches of the motherland. Welcome to the Film My Run Portal Run. Climb Portal Run. We have to run 2 kilometres to get over to the portal. The lead-in is about 2 kilometres, Tina. It shouldn't be too long, just hang in there. We can go slower if you want to. Hello Tom White, hello Amy Green. Tom hiked up Ben Nevis today and down in 3 hours. Wow. On the way to Scarfell Pike. And then Snowdon hoping to do the 3 peaks, I think. Sounds like it anyway. Good job, Tom. Enjoy it. And well done with Ben Nevis today. So, we are on our way to the portal. Now, does everybody know what we have to do? If you're watching, you don't have to do anything, just watch. If you're running, we have a job that we need to do. And that is, we need to stop when we get to just before the portal and we need to exit the event, because the only way we can get the turn off to get up to the event is by to get up to the portal is by exiting the event, so we get the right turn to get to the portal. I hope that's clear.
And then once we're in the portal, we cannot message each other in game. Hello to Julia Foster. She says, evening all. Stop. Yeah.
Yeah, Julia, we're not gonna be turning round anywhere though. This will be a lot more straightforward because we're going to stop well before we get to the turning, and then we'll all exit, and then we'll make our way as a group to the portal. Sarah, no, you can't do it as a meet-up either. You still have to choose. There is no option to select the portal as a route. And it doesn't, and the directions don't come up in an event or in a workout. Sarah Jacobson says it better be worth it. Victoria says it is. I'm on the fence. I mean, it's very interesting, but I wouldn't do it all the time, and neither would Victoria. The other thing to remember about this run is The portal is a long way today. It's 13 kilometres, so we're not going to do it all. We'll only get the first... Well, you run as far as you want, but I'm thinking I'm going to go about 6k or something.
Hello to Jeff Partridge. He says, evening team. He's on his first glass of the red. Cheers. But he thinks the portal is a big anticlimax. I have to say, I really did enjoy when we entered the portal. I wouldn't want to run regularly in it, and I wouldn't want to run a long distance, but for a bit of fun, to mix things up, I enjoyed it, which was why I'm here again tonight. Jeff said, hence the reason why he sat at home drinking wine and not running with us. Stephen Julius says the portal the other day was only about a mile. Julia, apparently it's changed and we are entering a different portal. Same place, different portal. Different climb, different dimension. Different nonsense. Tina thinks this lead-in is about 5 kilometres. Tina thinks this lead-in is about 5 kilometres.
Tina, to get to the portal, it's only a couple of kilometres. It's just 2 kilometres, I promise. I wasn't going to say anything, Sarah. I never mentioned marijuana at all.
Happy Independence Day to everybody, and in celebration I'm wearing my very special orange vest. Oh, congratulations Sarah, reaching level 29. Stephen is ignoring my comment. He gets most annoyed when I talk about it. Apparently he totally missed me talking about my special orange vest that I'm wearing in celebration of Independence Day. He's not interested. Julie can see the portal now. We just all need to remember to stop and exit before we reach the turning point.
Marcus would like to know what my backyard ultra PB is. Yeah, I'm not revealing that, Marcus. That is a highly kept secret. Victoria might have a word on it, though.
I think it's called a refuse to start. I'm very ashamed to say that my backyard ultra ended in a refuse to continue. Julia, yes, we will tell you when to stop. And now here is a challenge. Jeff Partridge is challenging Mr. C to duke it out at the backyard one year. Yeah, do you know, Jeff, I'd like to take Stephen on as well with the backyard.
Okay, I'm going to drop some ride-ons while I can for everybody. I think. If I can. Oh no, my thing isn't working. I don't know where Clive is. I think he might have gone out with his club tonight. He's also very stressed because he's got his house move coming up. Right, we need to be aware about stopping shortly. No, probably not. Sarah Jacobson, don't run too far ahead. I need the camera angle to turn around so I can see how far away we are, or how near we are. Right, I think we should stop. Hang on. Okay. No, it's Tina, it's a right turn. You need the right turn. Marcus is a little way behind. We now need to exit this event and then carry on running and take the turn for the portal. Yeah. I'm sure Marcus will catch us up. If you have exited the event, would you want to wait for quit event? Yeah. Quit the event. Yes, please. Marcus says he will catch up. Okay, so now we can walk slowly or just jog lightly to get to the turning for the portal. And we need to make sure that we take the right turn. It should be quite clear to take the right turn to the portal. Click to view the routes, and then Col d'Aspin. Col d'Aspin. Can you see on my screen? Right, all lined up, says Tina. Got it, says Sarah Jacobson. Good stuff. Let's keep it like that. And then let's wait before we get... So go onto the road to the portal, and then we'll wait and we'll group together at the entrance to the portal. If everybody's happy to do that, we'll group together just before we enter the portal. How long has Victoria been on Zwift? This is a lot of work, says Sarah Jacobson. How do you manage a full-time job? Right.
So Jeff Partridge would happily run a backyard ultra with Stephen, but he said as long as you don't insist on running next to him for days and witter in his ear incessantly.
So we'll group together just before we go in. What comment is this that I'm missing? As long as he doesn't insist on running to the next 4 days and witter on in my ear incessantly. I am bound to do. Of course I'm going to do that. Right, Sarah Jacobson's getting annoyed now because this is taking her average pace down. Sarah Jacobson, you need to bring your average pace down. We can't have you running uber quick all the time. You need to just relax and get your mojo back by just doing some easy, relaxed running. Okay, so we're walking together into the portal. I'm just going to try and catch Amy. Amy and Julia are miles ahead. Wait for us, Amy and Julia. Hang on, don't be so excitable. We're coming. We're on our way. Hold your horses, you two. Look at them. Bounding away. Victoria's 6 seconds behind. We've got Theo, Sarah, Tina, Amy and Julia, and Marcus is about... Well, he's trying to catch us up, basically. He'll be here in a minute. So Amy says we're slow coaches. We're coming. We are coming. We're coming as fast as we can. Right, apparently Amy wants to drag Victoria around a backyard ultra next year. I think you two would do very well together, egging each other on. That'd be great. Okay, shall we go in? Come on then. In we go. In we go. Come on, Sarah. There we are. Right, have we got everybody? We can all go whatever speed we want now, and we can go for as long as we want as well. So as long or as short as we like. Let's go at... Should we go at 9 again? 9 kph? Is that okay for everybody? Remember that we cannot chat in-game.
So Jeff Partridge could live with you wittering on, Stephen, for a few days when you do Tour de Gion together in 2025 with lots of fab scenery to distract you. Yeah, Jeff, I really don't think Stephen would be very good company to run with on a backyard ultra. I think he would be so miserable. He likes to have a goal.
Surely the goal would just be to get to the next lap.
Yes, that's the whole point of the race, but I don't think your mindset can actually cope with that concept.
I've just realised something completely brilliant. Sarah Jacobson and Marcus Holmes cannot have a go at me or take the mick or Tina Beard because there's no in-game chat. Tina's in the chat on YouTube. Okay, Tina is going to run until 7:30, so that's 40 minutes. Do you know what? I'm quite happy with that. I think I'll probably do the same, to be honest. Jeff, you and me together, mate, we'd be the most miserable pair you could find. I promise you, I will be as miserable as sin if I can. Oh no! Right, private chat works. Private chat in-game works. It's just public chat that doesn't work. Interesting. Sarah Jacobson says, are you sure we didn't take LSD today? Have you not been in here before, Sarah? Right, Jeff Partridge wants us to put the elevation on. I already did my climbing session this morning. I am quite happy to run at 0%. I'm not in any way wanting to put the incline up. Please be careful. Sarah Jacobson has not been here. She says, right, Sarah Jacobson has now discovered the loophole whereby she can talk to me privately in game, as has Marcus. Do you know? Does everybody else know this feature, by the way? So, if you look at your companion app, you can press on private message to, instead of where it says nearby, you can press direct message to whoever you want to. So no one else will see it in game, just the person you're sending that message to. But of course, because we're on the live stream, any private messages that are sent to me in game will also show up on the live stream. So that's one way that you could chat, at least to me, in game.
Board Earrings tells Jeff that if he runs a backyard ultra with Stephen, that Jeff can hear all about your 2 sub-3 marathons. Says, let me know how long you stay awake. Paul, only 2 of his sub-3 marathons.
Oh, that is so tempting. Oh yeah, only because I've done more than 2, haven't I? I've done 4. 3 official ones and 1 on the treadmill. Not that I'm going to talk about it now, because I will save that for doing a backyard ultra with Jeff Partridge, when I will talk to him a lot about that. Because Jeff is very interested in fast running, because he used to do fast running, years ago. Sarah Jacobson says, this place is nuts. Yep. Amy has put the elevation on the incline on her treadmill to 0.5%. Where's that? I can't see that. Oh yeah, I like the current background music, nice and chilled. Whatever that music was, yeah, it's probably changed now, yeah. That was 4 minutes ago from Jeff Partridge. So, what do we think? People who've not been here before, Sarah Jacobson thinks it's nuts, and she thinks we've all accidentally taken LSD. Marcus Holmes hasn't been here before. What do you think, Marcus? Anyone else not been here yet and got an opinion?
In the portal, safety in numbers is the key, and be very careful about exiting. Because Stephen got stuck in the portal on Monday evening. All night. No, Sunday evening, wasn't it? Jeff says yes, used to when he was in his prime. But he would like to know if you would like to talk 100-mile PBs, Stephen. I don't think he heard that question, Jeff.
Marcus Holmes says he would be afraid to be here on his own, for fear that he would be stuck in the Matrix forever. Yes, I think I did explain that. Everybody's aware that a private chat to me will come up on the live stream. This is like a Black Mirror episode. You go on Netflix if you want to watch Black Mirror. I think I've seen 1 episode of it. Tina was on her own in here yesterday. She was frightened. I think I'd be more frightened of falling off the edge. I'm just having to keep an eye and watch that I don't veer off. Because if I fall, I could be falling forever. You know that episode of Family Guy where they've got the time portal and they end up in kind of this limbo of nothingness. Sarah Jacobson says she's surprised they've released a feature for runners and cyclists at the same time. Well, I think it really is just for cyclists. This is all tied into the Tour de France. So it's a sponsorship tie-in with Tour de France. They've got a number of these climbs. You can see On the left-hand side, the sections of the portal, or the sections of the climb. And on the right-hand side, again, you can see the climb broken down into elevation in colours. And this is all to do with this particular climb, which is called Aspin. But there are a number of other climbs. I think there are about 9 altogether, and they will rotate every couple of days. So although you will enter the portal at the same place, so in Watopia and France, there is an entrance to the portal. It's the same portal whether you enter in France or Watopia, and you will come onto a different climb every 2 days, but they do essentially look the same in terms of the graphics, and that's meant that it's allowed the Zwift developers to create all of these climbs pretty quickly, because they're not having to code trees, rocks, houses and other features of an environment, animals. They can just leave the environment as is and just create the climb itself with fairly standard graphics. Yeah, Sarah says, I feel like I'm going to fall off the road. Yeah, so do I. Tina, yeah, no runners on Repack Ridge anymore. Yeah, it's all been changed. Marcus says, how does the portal show up on Strava? I think it goes across some water. I think there is a map. You do get a map, and you do get the elevation, obviously, if you do the elevation. Julia Foster replying to Tina and me about being on your own in the portal. Julia says she was pretty spooked if she was when she was there on her own. So yeah, it's a scary place to be, just for fear of getting lost and never getting out again. This is a long old climb, this one. We are only a little way through the second section. Now, it's a very strange way of going through the sections, because we start with the highest number, 9. We're currently on section 8, which is 3.9% of the climb. So we're going 9 through to 1 rather than 1 through to 9, which seems a bit odd to me. Number 9, Sarah Jacobson's favourite Beatles song, Revolution 9. That is definitely the vibe here, yeah. Yes. I think it is also Tina's favourite Beatles song. Tina loves the Beatles. That's her favourite band. Along with Jeff Partridge as well, who loves the Beatles. That's another thing that Jeff Partridge and Tina have in common, is that they both love the Beatles. In fact, their favourite band, both of them. And they both went to see the Beatles live in 1963. Yeah, Tina and Jeff, they may even have gone to the same gig in 1963 when they were, teenagers, 18, 19 years old. And they went to see the Beatles somewhere down south, Bristol probably. And really enjoyed it, and they've been lifelong fans of the Beatles ever since, and that is a true story. And don't let even if Tina, because Tina often forgets these things, and she may say that she doesn't like the Beatles, but she does.
Jeff said that he didn't get a map in Strava for our Sunday jaunt through the portal. I can't remember, but I thought I had, like Stephen said, a map going over water, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, right, apparently Jeff Partridge says he went on a date with Tina when they were 18 to see the Beatles in 1963. Nah, yeah, there you go, confirmed by Jeff Partridge. Julia Foster saw the Pet Shop Boys at the Eden Project last week. I thought the Pet Shop Boys were dead. No? They're still alive. So Julia Foster went to see the Pet Shop Boys. What was my last gig? I don't know when. Oh, maybe mine was as well. Yeah, I went to see a gig in London at the 100 Club with Victoria, one of Victoria's old friends, in a band. Sarah Jacobson says, I did see Paul McCartney live once. Yes, I mean, what is he, 80? And he's still gigging now. He's 80 years old and he still plays live. His voice isn't what it was, to be fair. Victoria says she used to live in the same town as Paul McCartney. Where was that then? Oh yeah, Paul McCartney used to live in Hove, didn't he? Sarah Jacobson is lost in a time tunnel because she says she saw Paul McCartney in 2012, 2013. Sarah, those are two separate years. They're not 1 year. So 2012 is a year earlier than 2013. So you can't have seen Paul McCartney in you know, the whole of that time. It would have had to be either 2012 or 2013. She says it was one of those years. I don't remember which one.
Tina, I agree with you. He's a total embarrassment and should retire. Are we talking about Stephen or Paul McCartney? Tina got a map when she ran in the portal yesterday.
Yeah, fine.
And Julia Foster said that the Pet Shop Boys are definitely still alive. Hello to Anthony Anderson. He says you found it tonight. Yes, Anthony. We knew what to do in advance. We were well prepared. We stopped. We quit the event. And then we started running and then were able to turn right and into the portal. Amy Green's last gig was probably a few years ago when she saw the Spice Girls. Jeff Partridge's first gig was Aswad in the late 80s. And his last was Paul Weller a couple of weeks ago. Stephen thought Paul Weller was dead. Paul Weller was a very good friend with an old friend of mine and used to visit Hove regularly. Jeff says something we agree on, Tina. Stephen retiring or Paul McCartney retiring? Hello to Leo. Says hello Stephen and Victoria. I hope you are well. Yes, thank you. Leo's last gig was James in Liverpool. Shut it. Getting some of your own medicine there, cousins. I've got the microphone and I'm hogging it. Leo, I see you did a run. I thought you were meant to be resting and recovering. Tina's first gig was David Bowie in Milton Keynes in the late 70s. I think my first gig was to see the Wurzels in the 1970s.
My first gig was The Shadows in 1981, I think. So you actually went to a gig before me. My dad took me to see The Shadows at Sunderland Empire. Right, I've been trying to grab the mic for ages. A Weymouth Pavilion for the Wurzels. The Americans amongst us don't know who the Wurzels are. Does this mean I should sing the Wurzels' greatest hit? Sarah Jacobson's first concert was Lauryn Hill in the 90s. Lauryn, now who was she the singer for? Oh gosh. Not quite spelled like that, Marcus. By the way, where is everybody? Because Victoria seems to be 8 seconds ahead. Tina Beard is 3. Where is Amy? Where's Amy Green? Where's Julia Foster? I've missed so much chat though, Victoria.
Stephen, you want to keep up? Pay attention. Anthony Anderson's first gig was Pink Floyd at Earl's Court in '94. Nice. Right, Leo. Leo says, you don't want to know. So when he went running, he made it worse and injured again. I was an absolute idiot. Leo, seriously, at times like this, you really must follow your head and not your heart.
Sarah Jacobson's trying to quit at 5k, but she can't. She's going to be stuck in the portal forever. Sarah Jacobson just going back, by the way, to a conversation about whether Paul McCartney should retire or I should retire. Sarah says, Victoria, that was amazing. Yeah. But Marcus Holmes says, if Stephen retires, how will we get our shower scenes? Well, I mean, I could do special private appearances. And I've still got my OnlyFans channel as well. So there's that. Tina Beard's favourite gig was Barbara Streisand at Wembley in the late 80s. She's my idol. Yeah, I agree with Jeff. We need Leo back. Also, I am going to a gig on Friday. I'm taking my daughter to see The Weekend, or The Weekend. The Weekend in Wembley. We still love you, Leo. Well, that means we want him back. Leo's a muppet, but we still love you, says Jeff Partridge. Right. Sarah Jacobson has finished. She's done 5k. That's her done for the day. I don't know where Marcus is, but he's somewhere. Julia Foster is just ahead, 12 seconds ahead. Marcus says, has anyone seen Taylor Swift? I'd like to see Taylor Swift, but no, I haven't. How far are we going to run, Victoria? I was thinking of 6k, but I'm quite happy to do a bit more. If anybody wants to come in on the chat, how far do people want to run? We're at, well, me and Victoria are nearly at 5.5k. I'm quite happy to go to maybe 8k. I don't really want to go to 10, but 7 or 8k maybe.
Jeff Partridge's favourite gig was probably REM in the old National Stadium in Cardiff in the early 90s, or Bastille last year, which was his son's first gig. Anthony Anderson's first gig was Alice Cooper at Wembley in the 70s. Anthony, I've been a fan of Alice Cooper's for years. I went and saw him in Brighton. Oh, how many years ago was that? Probably about 17 years ago. Motorhead was supporting them. And Alice was such a disappointment that I walked out halfway through. Sarah's just stopping because she's starting to feel icky. Just want her runs, just want her runs to feel good. Fair enough, Sarah. Just please be safe. Look after yourself and make sure you can get out of the portal.
Marcus says, wow, walked out. It must have been bad, Victoria. Okay, so yeah, a lot of Christoph is telling us the entire route is 27k because you go up, it's basically up 13k and down 13k, so 26, 27k, but we're not going all the way up to the top. I was thinking of doing, well, initially I said 6k. I'm quite happy to go to 7 or 8, if that's all right with people. Tina, I've left Tina. I'm just about to catch Julia Foster up. Okay, I can slow down. Julia is planning on 7k. Amy Green might do between 9 and 10k. So I think we'll let her go. Theo, I don't know what Theo's going to do. Theo Heldorn. Who else have we got? Marcus, how far are you going to go? Marcus is still a little way behind us. Little Leo has taken his daughter's Britney to see Britney Spears. His daughter isn't called Britney. Leo has taken his daughter to see Britney Spears, and was forced to go. You loved it, Leo. Oh, so I'm reading this all wrong, and I'm getting told off by Victoria. My eyesight's better than Victoria's, and I still can't read that properly. I did see Little Mix with the daughter and Britney Spears with my eldest daughter. I was forced to go.
Okay, so Anthony said that Alice Cooper's best years were the 70s and 80s. Typical. I go and see him when he's past his prime. Amy went to see Christina Aguilera many years ago and loved it. So Marcus is running to... Okay, so Marcus is going to run until 7:30 UK time. That's another 16 minutes.
Yeah, so we'll probably do that as well. We'll run until 7:30 here in the UK. That seems like a sensible thing, because we started at 6:30, didn't we? So we'll have done an hour or so.
Well, Tina was lucky enough to see Led Zeppelin in the noughties in their last ever tour. Sarah Jacobson saw Britney in Vegas. Bet that was an absolute show, wasn't it? I wouldn't choose to go and see Britney Spears, but I imagine a show in Vegas is pure entertainment. Has told his kids that there's no more biscuits being bought. He started buying bulk bags of popcorn instead. He says, no. Leo, I went and bought a large bag of popcorn tonight. No. I got a lisp. I used to only ever make my own popcorn, but recently I've discovered cheap, large bags of popcorn. Ooh, Jeff Partridge has discovered the best biscuits ever. Coconut macaroon chocolate hobnobs. Is that limited edition, Jeff? Leo is actually eating popcorn whilst watching us. Leo, we stuffed our face with popcorn just before we came on the treadmill. Leo is not happy with Jeff Partridge tempting him to purchase biscuits.
Sweet and salty popcorn in a massive bag for about £1. £2, is it? Okay. Sarah says, where's Stephen running off to? I'm running off to get the sweet and salty popcorn. Massive bag that we are about halfway through at the moment. Sarah Jacobson says, I need to send you some speciality Chicago popcorn mix. What's special about Chicago popcorn then?
I've only recently tried the sweet and salty popcorn. I'd always imagine that I would hate it because I don't like salty popcorn. If I do homemade popcorn, I coat it with butter and honey. Leo would like to know where we purchased the popcorn. Leo, it's Iceland. Mums go to Iceland.
This is the thing I've always been confused about the shop that's called Iceland. Surely Iceland just sells iced food, like frozen food. But no. It's just like any other supermarket. Maybe it's got slightly more frozen food than other supermarkets. But I think they should change their name to Iceland and Other Normal Stuff. It's a catchy title, I think. Iceland and Other Normal Foods.
Sarah says it's called Chicago Mix. It mixes caramel popcorn with cheddar cheese popcorn. It's irresistible. I'm intrigued, Sarah. But Jeff says that you don't do proper cheddar cheese in the US, Sarah.
Shots fired. Although Jeff can't spell the word cheese, I would like to play a game of cheddar chess. Is that all the pieces are made out of cheese? And then if you take one of your opponent's pieces, you have to eat it? And the winner of the game is the first person to be sick? Or the loser of the game is the first person to throw up, having eaten too much cheese? Although if you've eaten a lot of cheese, that means you've taken a lot of your opponent's pieces. So does that mean you should win? If you throw up having eaten too many cheese-shaped chess pieces, do you then win the game? Right, this is the discussion for the next 10 minutes. 10 minutes of cheese chess, please.
Jeff has explained that you have to carve them out before you start playing. And Leo bought 4 buckets of popcorn today at £2 a tub and 3 bags of toffee coated. For more storage in his tummy. Leo, I used to purchase the popcorn in tubs, but A, the bags are better for the environment, and C, you get more popcorn in the bags than in the buckets.
Right, okay, so Jeff's idea is that you have to carve out the chess pieces out of cheese before you start playing the game. Yeah, oh sorry, yes. I knew that you'd already read it out, it's just I don't know why, I just repeated it anyway. So, that would extend the length of the game for quite a long time, I think. And what would be... Is there a prize for the first one to carve all their pieces? There has to be some motivation to carve your pieces. Yeah, no, you have to eat it. If you take a piece, you have to eat it. Because the point of the game is the first person to throw up wins. Sarah Jacobson has got to go. See you soon, Sarah. Thanks for joining us. Well done for doing 5k. Good job. We've got 7 minutes left. Marcus Holmes has gone a bit left field. He says, the game is you have to eat all the cheese first and then play blindfold with no pieces. You see, this is why Marcus is a professor and I'm just a dumbass, because I can't come up with left field thinking of that quality and stature. Okay, so Jeff says carving the pieces is all done on the clock, like championship chess. So it pays you to do it quickly, so that you've got more time left in game to decide on your move. But it's still, I like that idea, Jeff. I also like Marcus's idea, but I don't think how the two could marry together. Marcus says this is why I get paid the big bucks for insights like that. So we've gone from cheese chess to blindfold chess with no pieces in the course of about 5 minutes. Jokes aside, says Leo. Leo, always a sensible one, wanting to bring it back to running. Apart from when he runs when he shouldn't. Jokes aside, he says, I need to ask a real question. Can you sympathise with me on biscuits and junk food? When we don't run and injured, we tend to eat lots and lots. Is that because you're using your food for comfort? Well, yes, I mean, it is, isn't it? And boredom. You know, when you're bored, you tend to eat more. You're doing nothing, and if we're not running, what else are we doing? So, yeah, I totally agree with you. It's some of us, me and you, Leo, are not very disciplined when it comes to eating junk. And when we're not running, or when we're doing minimal miles, we do tend to fall back into the habit of eating rubbish. Steve says, currently comfort eating lots at the moment. So there we go. So Steve's the same as well. Jeff Partridge says, I can sympathise, Leo. I'm as bad when I am running, though, he says. Leo's put on half a stone. And Amy says, I definitely eat my feelings. So Amy definitely eats comfort food. I think we all do, even if we don't think we do. We probably do. Eating is very comforting.
Yeah, I definitely comfort eat. And if I'm starting to feel stressed, if I reach for a massive bag of crisps and devour them, it just has this overwhelming relaxation feeling. But Tina has some good advice. She says, willpower, Leo. She gets up and does something else instead, like tidies the kitchen. Leo said, thank you, everyone. I think you all should eat lots. Make him feel better. Thank you all. 4 minutes left. Jeff Partridge is on it, Leo. He's going to start snacking.
Okay, we are coming to the end of our time on the climb here in the climb portal. Feel free to carry on if you want to, but Victoria and I are going to call it a day at the bottom of the hour. Marcus has almost caught us up, so hopefully he can get to us in the next 3 minutes, and then we can all stop together. But like I say, if you do want to carry on, of course, by all means do. Don't feel like you have to stop. But we're going to call it a day, about just over 8 kilometres and an hour. Tina's going to walk for the last few minutes. Steve says it's okay to eat lots, just don't cry after smashing a whole double pack of Jaffa cakes. My kids are most upset with this. So Steve has eaten a double pack of Jaffa cakes and has left none for his kids. Clearly they are distraught. You just have to beat them to the cupboard, says Steve. Yeah, I know that. To be honest, when Victoria goes shopping, most of the food has been eaten before it gets to the cupboards. It's just taken straight out of the shopping bags and into the mouths of children or a hungry husband.
Amy says, thank you for the company. I don't run a lot of 10Ks at the moment. Well done, Amy. You're doing great. Thank you, Julia. She says, great run. Thank you, Stephen and Victoria. Christoph says, Leo, in a minute, I will start on a big ice cream with caramel sauce and nuts. After that, I'm sure salted nuts or chips will follow. Now I'm getting hungry. Leo says Jaffa cakes are healthy. He said, and keep it up. I feel so much better. Steve says pack of wolves comes to mind. Yeah, kids and freshly bought shopping. Thank you for joining us, Leo. He says until next time. It's great running with you again.
Yeah, Theo Heldon is going to finish at the same time as well. So thanks, Theo. And will Marcus Holmes make it just in time for the end of the run? He's got a minute to catch us up. He is not too far behind. I think I can see him. But he's not on my list of runners. But I think he's catching. He is catching. He's got 30 seconds to get back to us.
Steve says, love Jaffa cakes, Leo. 100% good for you. And Leo said footballers eat Jaffa cakes as part of their diet. And they're also quite often on aid stations, aren't they, on trail runs? A lot of runners like them. Bye ABC tomorrow. Thanks Tina. She says thanks everyone. Steve said great running everyone. Oh, and Leo says and jam butties for energy efficiency.
Right, the clock on my computer is wrong. On my watch, we've got 2 minutes left. So the clock on the computer needs checking out because it should be. Marcus has made it though. Marcus has made it. He has. In fact, he's ahead of us. How did he do that? He's already 7 seconds ahead. Marcus must be in a different dimension. He's just appeared from nowhere in front of us. Leo says, well done, you lot. Jeff says, well done, you lot. Ready for my second glass of Shiraz after watching you lot work hard. Thank you very much, Jeff. And Steve, wine and cheese chess. Wine and cheese chess. Oh, we're going to bring wine into the chess game now. How are we going to incorporate that? Wine and cheese chess. Anthony Anderson's off for food. See you next time. Good run, everybody. Thank you very much. We will finish here, I think. Shall we? Ready to finish, Vic? All right. Victoria now wants to round up to 9. I'm gonna finish on 8.5. Marcus was doing 6-minute mile pace to catch up with us.
Leo says, I'll see you all tomorrow for 10 miles. Leo, we will not see you for running 10 miles. You, my friend, are resting and recovering. Jeff says, it's easy, Stephen, you just drink it.
Right, it looks like I'm now rounding it up to 9k, as Victoria wants to. Victoria says I don't have to follow her, but I do really. I have to say, Marcus earlier was saying how humorous it was watching me trying to grab the mic back off Victoria. I have to say to you, Victoria has been the most aggressive in getting the mic back from me this evening. Every 2 minutes, grab the mic, I want the mic, give me the mic. I've got stuff to say, you're missing chat out. I need to read it out. You're missing people's chat. It is actually good to have Victoria here because she does actually see the chat, which I often miss.
So, Stephen, are you now reconsidering purchasing a second microphone for me?
Well, that is funny you should say that, Victoria, because I am actually... No, I was about to buy a new microphone the other day, and then I decided against it, but I think I am going to go for it. Right, Marcus is done. He's off. Happy 4th of July, everyone. He's going to the pool with the kids. Oh, does that mean he's going to the toilet, though? Taking the kids to the pool has a different meaning, doesn't it? He's either genuinely taking the kids to the pool, or it's a... Well, people will know what that means. We are 200 metres away from 9k.
Leo has a question. Just remind me of your marathon times again. Leo, I think he's too frightened to tell you, in case Paul Deering is listening.
Which of my many sub-3 marathon times would you like to hear about, Leo? Tina Beard says 2 microphones will be hilarious. Yeah, I know, it will be a nightmare. I will have to, I'll have to have a button that I can turn Victoria off. We'll see. It should be alright. We just need to have Victoria and I need to have a discussion about how we manage chat, because it can't be, in all seriousness, we can't have each other talking over the top of each other all the time. It's alright when there's just one microphone, but if you've got 2 mics, 2 live mics, that could become very confusing for the listener. So we will, if we do get 2 mics, we'll have a chat about how best we can manage chatting on in-game without interrupting each other and talking over each other. Okay, that's me done. I'm on 9k. I am going to finish.
I'm just catching up to 9.
Victoria's just a little way behind. She's going to catch up to 9. She's got 100 metres to go. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you very much for taking part. Well done if you did. It's been great chat in YouTube as well. That's been enjoyable. Well done to Marcus for the catch. He was a long way behind and he's managed to catch up by the end. Thank you to Theo. Thank you to Amy, to Julia, to Tina. Who else ran with us today? Sarah Jacobson did 5k with us. Paul Hayward wasn't with us tonight, was he? No, Clive wasn't with us. Julia Foster, yeah. Theo held on. I think we covered everybody. Oh, I do apologise if I've missed somebody out. I know Leo wasn't running with us and Jeff wasn't running with us and Christoph wasn't running with us, but thank you for the chat in game, guys. Steve as well, thank you. I think we are done here. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be on tomorrow with the Wednesday workout, so tough workout session tomorrow. We are going to go and eat popcorn and drink copious amounts of tea or coffee. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.